Hello, Drew here with Action Millionaire, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 10 tips, and actually they're more than tips, to start an online business in 2021, or any time for that matter. These are more like lifestyle changes. These are more like habits that you're going to want to get into to start an online business. Starting an online business is not easy, and for people that tell you that the get-rich schemes and all those videos that you see on Facebook and all those ads with the people with the Lamborghinis or the airplanes, just stuff like that, that's all fake. And people don't realize that starting an online business is hard work, and it does take a lot of dedication, a lot of time, and a lot of persistence to become successful. And actually the first one is hard work. And you can see in the sign behind me, I have a sign in here that says work hard. And I put that up there because I want to constantly remind myself that this is not easy, and that this is going to take a lot of work, and it's going to take a lot of hard work in order to be successful, in order to actually make it in this thing we call an online business, because there's a lot of people doing it, and the people that succeed in it are actually people that work harder than anyone else in the competition. So that's the first one, is to work hard. Hard work. It is hard work to be successful. It is hard work to actually make it in the online world. The second one is persistence. I think I talked about that a little bit before, but being persistent, that means being consistent. I think consistency and persistence go hand in hand, because if you're not persistent in your business, then it will not go anywhere. If you are take this as an example, if you're following a GPS and the GPS is telling you to go somewhere and you stopped at a stoplight or a stop sign, you're not going to go anywhere, and it's just going to wait on you until you start moving again. So you have to be persistent. You have to have those goals, and you have to want those goals and meet those goals with persistence and consistency. Because if you're not persistent in it, it's not going to go anywhere. So you have to be persistent. The third thing that you will experience is late nights. This is all a part of success. And I have experienced several late nights where, not because of my kids, but because of my business, where I have to get work done. I have to be able to take that time to get work done to keep my business running. And that takes late nights. That takes time that I usually would be either watching Netflix or sleeping for that matter. And I have to take that time because I work a full job. I work an 8 to 5 right now, and I'm starting an online business. So sometimes those late nights do happen, and sometimes that is going to happen when you're starting an online business. So be prepared for that. Be prepared for late nights. Be prepared to be uncomfortable and lose some sleep. I've lost plenty of sleep over just thinking about different things, and thinking about different strategies, and thinking about ways that I can improve my business. So late nights is a big part of it. Another one that you're going to experience, and like I said, this is not just tips. This is also realities that come with starting an online business. Realities that will happen regardless, whether you like it or not. And so the fourth one is rejections. You are going to have rejections in your life. People are not going to agree with you. People are going to think you're crazy because you're going against the grain. You're going against what we were taught as kids. Most of us were taught as kids that you go to school and you get your diploma, then you go back to school, you get a degree in something, and then you go work for someone else for 40 years, and then you live off your 401k, or you live off your retirement. So really, we're going against what we have been taught as growing up from when we were kids. And so you will have rejections in your life. Your family will probably think you're crazy, and they probably will not support you. So you have to realize that you may be rejected, and it may be a reality. But it's not true in all cases. I mean, I have a very supportive wife. I have a very supportive group of people around me. But there has been some people in my life that look at me and say, really, you're doing this, and this is what you're doing, and sounds like a scam to me. But really, it's a reality to me, and I'm mirroring what other people have done, so I know what I'm doing. I'm not going into this blindly. Another thing that is going to come with starting an online business is sacrifices. Sacrificing your time, sacrificing things that you usually did before you had an online business, things that you were able to do and that you can't do now. Yes, the freedom's going to come, but yes, the freedom has a cost. The financial freedom has a cost. You'll probably spend the first 2 years of your business at least, or a year to 2 years of your business at least, getting it set up and getting it going. And it takes time, and it takes sacrifices. It takes the time that you usually would sit around and watch movies. You'd sit around and really have nothing to do. You have something to do now, or just activities that you used to do with your family and friends that you have to say, you know what, I have to get this done. This is something that is going to better my life, and so I have made a commitment to this to better my life and to have this financial freedom in order to have that time, in order to take that time back in the future, that you can actually do that stuff with your friends and family, that you can actually do those activities whenever you want. And it will come. It will come. You just have to be patient, and you have to take sacrifices now in order to have that freedom later. The next thing is discipline. Discipline is very important, because if you're not disciplined, then you will not be able to perform. And if you're not disciplining yourself and holding that standard and be able to hold that standard with yourself, then you're not going to be able to hold that standard anywhere. And I think discipline and sacrifices go hand in hand, because they both basically segment your time and segment who you are and what you're doing in your business. So you have to be disciplined to say, no, I cannot do that. No, I cannot do this right now. No, I cannot spend this money on this right now. I need to spend this money elsewhere in order to improve my business, in order to expand my business, in order to use it on ad spend or different things like that. And so you have to be disciplined in your personal life, your physical life, and your professional life in order to have a successful business. And that takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work, and I love all these because they all go hand in hand. Hard work starts it off, and basically discipline ties back into that, because being disciplined is hard work. Being disciplined is sometimes against our nature, and we have to dig down deep inside and say, okay, I need to do this, and I've made this plan, I've made this goal, and I am going to stay disciplined in order to fulfill it and in order to be successful. Another thing that you may experience is criticism, and I think that goes hand in hand with rejections. People may criticize you. People may make you feel like you are not successful, make you feel like what you're doing is a bad idea. And what I say to those people is, if they're saying that to you, they're not as successful as you. They're trying to pull you down to their level, and they're trying to make you feel like you are not good enough to do what you're doing. And they don't know, and they're ignorant on what you're actually doing. So to those people that are criticizing you, remember that they hate you because they ain't you. And you just have to have that mentality, and you have to have that grit to say, this is what I'm doing, and stand firm, and let those criticisms roll right off your shoulder and move forward. The next thing that you will have, and I have experienced this, is doubts. Doubts is a big one. I have doubted myself numerous of times, and I've had to ground myself several times and say, you know what, this is what I'm doing, and I'm not going to let those doubts bring me down, because those doubts are going to destroy me. If I doubt myself, I'm automatically tearing down my whole business, because I am the most important person in my business today. I'm the most important person to get things done. And if I'm doubting myself, I'm letting those doubts and those fears control me. I'm letting everything push me away from my goals. And I'm allowing those doubts to creep in and say, you're not good enough. This is stupid. You're a failure. You can't do this. You'll never be anything. Then everything in my mind, I just start comparing myself to other people that have done it. And I say, you know what? You're right. But really, that's not true. I can't compare myself to anybody. I have to be who I am today and be the best me I can be today. And if I'm doing that, then I can shut down those doubts and I can move forward in my business and in my life. The next thing that you may experience is failure. And failure, I have experienced failure. But the thing is about failure is if you fail and you don't get back up and do it again, then you ultimately failed. But if you do fail and you make a mistake and you get back up and you acknowledge that, and then you move forward and you fix the problem, then it's no longer a failure. It's a learning experience, and you've learned from that. And then you don't do it again because you've learned from it. And then you implement that into your next project, and you say, okay, I'm not going to be afraid of failure, because if you're afraid of failure, then this is the wrong business to be in, because you will fail, because there's a lot of new things. There's a lot of things that you've never done before in your life. And I'm speaking to myself. There's a lot of things I've never done in my life, and I have to realize that failure is a part of it, and I will make mistakes and I will have failures, but I have to get back up. I have to get back up on the horse and say, you know what, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to move forward, and I'm not going to let that failure bring me down, but I'm going to build on that failure, and I'm going to make it a success. And the last one that you will face in an online business is you will have to take substantial risks. Risk is huge. And like I said before, we have been taught to not take risks in our life, to live the comfortable life, to live the secure life, and to be financially secure instead of financially free. And in order to be financially free, you have to take risks. You have to be willing to take risks in your life, in your business, in everything that you do, because without risk, there is no reward. And without risks, you will not move forward. You will not grow. You will not find out the true capacity of who you are and who you can be. And I have been learning how to take risks and how to take smart risks. Not put all of my money into one thing and say, okay, I really hope this is going to work. But take smart risks and say, okay, I'm going to invest some here. I'm going to invest some here that I've researched, that I've seen other people do, and they have been successful in it. So I'm going to take that risk because I believe that I could also be successful in that. So those are the things that you will deal with, and some tips that you can use to start an online business and here in 2021. And as you all know, the world is becoming more digital. So if you want to do that, if you want to change your life, if you want to start an online business and start that path to freedom, then you need to click the link below in my comments, and you will have that opportunity to walk with people with like-minded goals and people that will help you go forward in your online business and become successful. All right, thanks for joining me, and remember to like and share this video. And as always, subscribe to my channel if you got something out of this, and I will see you on the next one. If you want to take action in your life today, please click the link below in the description. Remember to like and share my video. Please subscribe to my channel and click the little bell for future videos.